Greetings and welcome to another exciting edition of Poet to Poet. I'm Robert Dunn and I serve as host of this taffy pull. And this time we're coming to you from the rather lovely and talented Kitchen Cabaret out in East Hills, Long Island. Be nice now back there. We thank Bill King and the gang for letting us set up here and do our little routine. And we have, for our little routine today, a couple of very enchanting and elucidating guests here. We have Dominika Bednarska and we have John Taylor. Dominika, by the way, is the first person to grace the Young Writers Department here in Medicinal Purposes, which is our magazine that accompanies the TV show wherever it goes and beyond. And we're very proud of that. So Dominika, welcome to Poet to Poet. Now, you kind of wandered into one of our opens in a major chain bookstore that we can't quite name, but worked your way up from the open list to feature status, and then kind of worked your way back down again.
Yeah.
But that's okay. There are more features to come like this,
Right.
so don't worry about that. How did you get into writing at such a tender age?
Well, actually, I've been writing since I was about 5. And I started writing poetry when I was 11 because I took a class and I just loved it. And I've been writing ever since then.
Just scarred you up for life, huh?
It did.
All right, speaking of which, how about a poem?
Okay. This is called Stop It. I wrote it this summer at USAN. It's a camp for the creative and performing arts. Stop it. I am screaming at you. This is a model we should not follow. Schools to be exact. We are all here to take. All makers, takers. Linked in a bendable neon chain that blends with scenery. You are my own mother, brother, father, sister, lover. We hurl breakable, dry paint chips at each other, along with straight scars, circular, like we all are. But I mentioned that already. Must learn to pick up knowledge, like coins on a street corner of this flat surface. The earth is flat. I fell off the edge once. Wasn't too bad. Sort of enlightened. Stop holding on to the sides with red fingers, ever flowing, frozen solid. P.S. Galileo was wrong. The sun revolves around the earth. Even the biggest star can get caught in traffic. Supposed to change, be flexible, more than a rubber band. Body's tired, have a long way to go here. Took my soul, gave it a pap smear. You wanted to know my gender, not the baby. Can't confess it. Confidential, painfully irrelevant. Creator equals provider, not verses. We are male, female, we are life, death. We are pens moving on paper, making odd shapes, trying to tell you who is me about back pain, child abuse, discrimination, segregation, bombing, floods, fires, droughts, hurricanes, Medicaid, food stamps, homeless shelters, HIV, cancer, illegal aliens, prostitution, Black rights, Latino rights, Asian rights, citizen rights, gay rights, women's rights, endangered species like ourselves. We created it all. We destroy it all. If we are willing, we are able. The collective we, all of us. We are one, not 2 or 3 or 500,000 passing through Grand Central Station. That's a lie. You are not you. Individual, separate, out of sequence. If you utilize power, like energy-saving light bulbs, you can crinkle the world, like a piece of tinfoil. That's all it is, relative to the others, who wait carefully for our leveled spiral. All in time, time will come. Reader, are you afraid of time? Second stealing joy? We all are. Running, walking, sitting, yelling, talking, coming, going, wishing, worrying, leaving, words, people, feelings, and screaming, stop it, at you. Just an extension of me.
Ooh, take it easy.
Terrific.
Don't hurt yourself there.
Yeah.
All I know is it's going to be one of those nights when we start a show with a poem called Stop It. Anyway, where did that come from?
I don't know, actually. I was reading a poem called The Golden Eternity by Jack Kerouac. It's a really long poem. It's like a
Him, yes.
inspired me.
Yeah. Jack Kerouac. He was the man who spent all that time on the road and never even changed a tire for the entire book, and I never quite figured that one out. Are you generally inspired by the beats, or are there other influences that
No,
are percolating around in there?
life is my influence. You know, my parents, my experiences, friends, dreams, anything that happens to come along.
And what is your day job these days?
My day job.
Yeah.
I go to high school.
High
so
school. Which one?
I go to Townsend Harris in Queens.
Yes, that's one of those, as I recall, one of those advanced high schools,
Yeah.
as I recall.
We're like Stuyvesant, only nobody's ever heard of us.
And it's easier to get to.
Right.
What I'm curious about is what do your fellow scholars over at the Townsend Harris think about your writing operations here?
Actually, a lot of people don't know I write. Really, only my close friends know that I write because it's just not something I want to share with the general public.
Well, if they watch the show, if they watch the show, some of them might find out. You know?
Yeah, but you see the beauty of it. It's mostly all of them are the Queen. Basically cuts down on my problem.
And none of them have ever followed you to the opens to hear you read, huh?
One or two. Yeah.
One or two. Okay. How about a poem? You can read here too. That's it.
Okay. My fingers float effortlessly across laminated pages and foreign familiar experience. Rhythmically diseased, my feet move so very much like undiluted strength. No, they don't look photogenic in the hot sand as I call on inner voices, bamboo drums. Mistakes are never made, and so effectively this channel of my powers works. A hand to caress, some ankle bracelets to dance with fellow spirits in hot light. I see it, my own destruction here, and pray for it. Yes, it could be harder, more unpleasant. Innocent victims, cracking pots and tower. Guilt, disappointment, fill the cracks, but save the pieces. Red, white, black, beads, sway to universal themes. Yes, it could be harder, more present. Dead for life, sticking needles in each bead, watching dancers through tears. Feet are versatile. Tears are awfully restricting. They always tend true. Blood, tears, sand, river of life, awfully unpresent. I try every night, play the drums, to those who choose to stay, despite beaded dancers in the sand.
You see, John, if you practice, you can write like that someday.
You know, it's amazing, Robert, where I came from, a little mountain town up in the Adirondacks. I can't, beyond my wildest dreams, imagine doing something like that in high school, because I would be looked at, anyone who did that would have been looked at with such suspicion. You know, it's a wonderful thing to be able to do this at your age. It's wonderful.
I used to do that sort of thing in high school, too, when I was in Queens, and they looked at me with suspicion anyway. Any extracurricular activities that are hot that will increase the suspicion, or what?
Well, I'm on the paper.
Which one?
The New York Times. No, the classic. My school paper. I'm on the Science magazine. That's on the cat. I am planning on joining the literary magazine. I still haven't figured out where the meetings are yet. They're kind of a secret society.
Yes, that's how we maintain our monopoly as poets, you see. We have secret societies all over the place. Right, how about another little poem there? Yeah.
This was published actually in Medicinal Purposes. Poem, Robert.
What was that?
This was published in Medicinal Purposes.
Oh yeah, Medicinal Purposes. That rings a bell. Okay.
It's called Matinee. The world is still held together. Movies are being shown for half price, just like every Sunday. The bars in my inner cage are becoming visible and breakable. I think my fingers would slip off anyway, because of the butter on the popcorn and all. The sunlight hurts when the movie is done, and you throw out your ticket stub.
And they don't even give you a cartoon.
It really is terrible. You don't even get the cheap prize like at the bottom of the Cracker Jack box.
That is disappointing. They were usually more nourishing than well, never mind. And what are your college plans these days?
I don't
Writing?
have any. I plan to write in college. I don't even know where I'm going, but I definitely want to do something with writing.
All right, I think we can slip one more little poem in.
Okay.
I'm sure nobody will mind.
This was published in the Bayside Times. They did a feature on me back in June called Questionable Violation. You have to move like an uncertain ballerina, dastardly towards every new you a masterful conductor of a mediocre band, bringing a new sweet melody to old worn-out tunes, carrying the sky in your pocket and its most powerful star in your eye, having the masterpieces to sacrifice, concentration, and bravery accept. Does the sky own you, or do you own the sky?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's going into litigation, actually, as to who owns which. And Dominika Bednarska, thank you for coming on Poet to Poet and charming the socks off everybody in the room. We'll be back in a moment with John Taylor, so stay with us.